Can you all hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. Hi, everyone.
Good
Good
afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon. I was trying to show off our virtual background that we've been using for our court's Zoom oral arguments. So if I start turning green and merge into it, I know it's not working properly. Are we still waiting for folks to join us?
I believe we have everyone.
I'm having a little trouble hearing you, Matt. Let me just make sure it's not the volume on my.
Can you hear me now, Judge?
A little bit. If you could just
Talk
raise
loud.
your voice just a little bit. Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I is Jim Phelan on the call with us?
I'm here, Your Honor. I'm just hiding myself.
Well, if you all are ready for me to go forward, I will. I just wanted to say hello, and I'm sorry that circumstances don't allow us to all be together in the same space, but I hope you all have been safe and well, and I know that you've been continuing the great work of the Board on Professional Responsibility, using technology and adapting as we've all done. So I have to put my glasses on so I can see everybody's name. So I just wanted to thank your chair, Matt Kaiser, and your deputy chair, Sally Pittman, and to say hello to all of the current and returning board members. So I see Bernadette Sargent, and Bernadette and I go way back to our days as an associate at what was then Hogan and Hartson. Bob Walker, Mary Larkin, Lissa Preheim, Mary Cassidy, and I'm gonna scroll across to make sure I didn't miss anyone. Sandeep, I see you, Aura, Kathy Jordan, Michael Adams, and then I see Mary Park, Jim, and someone whose name I can't quite make out. Did I miss anyone? I also wanted to welcome our new non-lawyer member, Mary Larkin. Is there anybody that I missed?
I believe Sally Blumenthal, Your Honor.
Sally Blumenthal. Thank you, Sally. I apologize if I didn't see you earlier. Let's see.
I think we've
No apologies necessary. Last year when I was sworn in for the first time as the public member.
Yes. I like your virtual backdrops there too. That's the one that you all use for your hearings as well.
We're just trying to be a quarter as cool as the court.
Well, I always like to take a few minutes and just thank you all. These are unprecedented times, these last few months for all of us in this community and around the country and around the world with the global pandemic and much of the news around racial justice, and it impacts what we do in the courts and what you do with the Board on Professional Responsibility. And to me, it underscores why the work that you do as attorneys, as members of this community, who are working in other professions, who are volunteering your time to serve on the Board on Professional Responsibility. It really matters what you do now more than ever. And we have been hit with challenges we never imagined that we would. And as lawyers, community leaders, and just committed citizens, how we rise to the challenge now is a defining moment in our for our character personally, in our personal lives, and in our public lives, and the commitment that we make to the community. And we have, even though our court buildings, both the Court of Appeals and our Superior Court, trial court buildings have been closed to the public during the pandemic, with a few minor exceptions, the work of the courts has continued, both for the trial courts and for our Court of Appeals. And we've tried our best to maintain public access to our Zoom court proceedings. And for the Court of Appeals, we do that by our YouTube link. And as the Superior Court has brought online remotely more of their courtrooms, I think they're up to 79 operational courtrooms. And when I say operational, they're operating remotely. We're trying to maintain public access in those trial matters, trial court hearings and proceedings that are going forward. We still have not reinstituted jury trials yet. That's a challenging issue, how we are going to proceed with that. And then some of the high volume courtrooms like landlord-tenant and small claims is also a challenge of how we begin to deal with those critically important cases in a way that's safe for the public, for the attorneys, and for the court staff. So we've tried to be agile and innovative and responsive, but for me, what's been important has been trying to lead during this time with empathy, empathy for our citizens and members of the public who entrust their cases with us and who now more than ever need to be sure that access to justice is available to them. For our court staff and employees who are dealing with the challenge of working remotely, dealing with family members and trying to do their jobs, and for all of us. So it has been challenging, but I'm encouraged by the dedication and resilience and the desire to see opportunities even in the midst of these unprecedented times. And some of the remote proceedings have actually increased access for some because they don't have to take off from work and come down to the courthouse and find trial care. But it's still challenging for others because there is a digital divide, especially in communities that are economically disadvantaged. And one of the things that the courts have been working on, and you'll hopefully be hearing more about soon, is creating some remote centers in each of the wards of the city where people who don't have reliable internet access or Wi-Fi can go, have a secure computer link and be able to participate in their court proceedings. So that's something that we're working on now with the legal service provider community, the access to justice community. So I just wanted to give a few updates. The one big challenge that we continue to grapple with is going to be how we license attorneys in the District of Columbia going forward. We canceled the July bar, as you know, because we were concerned about the health impact of administering an in-person exam to nearly 1,800 examinees, not only from the District of Columbia, but from around the country and around the world, and being able to do that in a safe manner and protect the staff and the proctors as well as the examinees. And we decided that we couldn't do that. We attempted to do it with a, oh my goodness, it is storming outside. I just got my emergency alerts are all beeping on all my devices. We had attempted to do a September specially administered fall exam and determined that we could not safely go forward with that, despite having opened up the registration for a one-day period where we were flooded with registrants because of our neighboring jurisdictions who had canceled bar exams. So currently, we were the first jurisdiction to indicate that we would administer an October online exam with questions developed by the National Conference of Bar Examiners. We have also been exploring other pathways to licensure or temporary practice procedures, such as expanded supervised practice. And we recently had a petition filed in the court with a number of recent law graduates asking the court to consider what they've termed a diploma privilege, which would allow them to be licensed attorneys by virtue of receiving a diploma from an accredited law school. So all these options are being studied and considered by the court during these unprecedented times. So stay tuned. We try to take feedback and input from all the key stakeholders, but it is a tough decision to balance our need to license qualified lawyers who can serve the public interest, and to also find a pathway for the many new and recent law school graduates to be able to use their skills to serve the public. So anyway, I just thought I would update you, and I'm available. I don't know what your time is like. I don't want to take too much of it before I actually swear you in, which is what we were supposed to be doing, but I did want to share those updates, and I'm open if you have a few questions that I might be able to answer before I swear you in. All right, hearing none. I didn't see, I can't see everybody's hand or screen at the same time, so I don't think there are any questions. Are you all ready to take the oath?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. If you could raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Where's my hand is lost.
I, Robert
I'm
Walker,
Mary Laura Sargent.
Do solemnly swear or affirm
Do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will perform the duties
that I will perform the duties
delegated to me
delegated to me
by the District of Columbia Court of Appeals,
by the District of Columbia Court of Appeals,
pursuant to the rules governing the bar.
pursuant to the rules governing the bar,
And that without regard to race, creed, or economic circumstances,
and that without regard to race, creed, or economic circumstances,
I will adjudicate cases of attorney discipline.
I will adjudicate cases of attorney discipline.
And this I promise.
And this I promise.
Thank you. You are all duly sworn to continue the good and very important work. And I, again, want to thank you all for volunteering to do this work, which is time consuming, and it's on top of your regular professional and other work and family commitments. So thank you all again, and good luck in this coming term. And let me know if there's anything that I can do to assist in your efforts. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Joe.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Have
you.
a good rest of your day, I believe. I don't know if this is the beginning, middle, or end of your session today.
We're toward the beginning.
Great. Thank you all. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.